So I've heard this expression a lot for young parents specifically. People would say it's like kids raising kids, right? Everybody's heard that expression before. You're probably in your 20s, maybe even in your teens. You have a kid and you're just figuring this thing out. You don't know what it's like to raise an actual human being that you created, but you do your best. And I'll say this much. Typically, those babies don't get attacked by rodents. They don't get attacked by bugs. You might, I don't know, forget to feed him on schedule, or his diaper might get soiled and you don't really know how to change it. But typically, parents figure that shit out. I feel like it's an inner instinct in male and female. When you have a kid, you just start figuring that shit out. Now, I haven't had a kid yet, but I've heard, time and time again, your mother, your auntie, the girl down the block who had the baby. Everybody speaks about this maternal instinct that kicks in, and you figure this thing out. You know, the baby doesn't get attacked by rodents. The baby doesn't get attacked by bugs. Certain things just don't happen. But ladies and gentlemen, all that being said, we lead into this body cam video that we did a few days ago. And I think this is the most disgusting display of incompetence that I've ever seen in my life. You have a parent in a household infested with rats, okay? That's bad enough. Let's figure it out. Let's get the rats out the house. But no, let's go even a step further. You have somebody in the house infested with rats, and it's so bad to the point where your baby gets attacked and all his digits, his fingers, all that gets gnawed away by rodents in his crib. Now, I know a few things about rats. It takes an army of rats for them to even think about coming for a human being, bro. That shows you how disgusting this house really was. But anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and check out this body cam video. Single father, 3 or 4 kids, completely in over his head, house infested with rats. And you want to know why? I'll show you why. Stay tuned.
I know what Bobby is getting the help that he needs.
I see blood everywhere.
Even the little kids are talking about seeing mice and stuff running around in there.
I'm scared when he down at
He was like eaten alive.
When Evansville police and EMTs receive an urgent 911 call describing a grisly attack by rats on a 6-month-old infant, they immediately race to the scene. As paramedics race against time to save the child, it is the nature of the attack that leaves investigators sickened beyond their wildest imaginations.
And I see his fingers. And I see that his fingers look like they've been chewed.
Early in the morning on September 13th, 2023.
How the fuck does that even happen? Can that even happen overnight? Shit. In the country, it's a little different. We have rat seasons, right? We never really had rat problems, but every once in a while we would have a rat get into the house because the seasons change and then the animals from the outside, like we're surrounded by bush, you know what I'm saying? I'm probably going to get a tattoo called Bush Baby or some shit just to joke about, but we're in the middle of nowhere, right? So I understand a mouse could get into the house or some shit, but how the fuck do you not find out about that immediately? That's what I'm saying. But, you know, let's continue.
Police officers and EMTs quickly arrive at the Schonnebaum family home, expecting to see an injured baby off to a local hospital. But what they don't yet realize is the child's injuries and the infuriating reason behind them were something they never could have anticipated. Approaching the house, the officer can't help but notice the front porch is congested with toys, household objects, and heaps of trash.
All right, let me pause it real quick. Look at the front porch.
Porch is congested.
You know
with toys,
that the kids are living in neglect when you see some shit like this. And I'm sure everybody's gone to that one kid's house or that one friend's house.
Sold objects.
And their shit looks like this. I know I have. And it's always neglect. You know, maybe everywhere you are, they don't have CPS and they don't have the whole system and you don't get, I mean, you're not even rescued. You're taken from one hellhole to the next. But Some places you don't get taken, but this shit's common. This shit happens in like shit, probably 1 in 10 households. I'm not even gonna lie. This shit happens so often. Just complete neglect, complete filth. And typically the kids aren't, you know, in the extreme conditions like this. But they're fucked up. That's why we have so many fucked up adults, because they come from households like this.
And heaps of trash. When he enters the house, he's greeted by Delana Thurman, the aunt of the victim, and David, the victim's father. Both are also looking after several crying children.
I walked in and found him this morning. He has a gruff all night long. Then
that doesn't happen to the baby not make a sound.
Officer Green proceeds to gain further details from Delana, David's sister-in-law. He finds out that all of the other 4 children are under the age of 10, 2 of which are Delana's children.
So you're saying you didn't have a mark on him when you went to bed?
no marks on him at all.
No mark at all. We
Yeah.
laid him down. He was happy as could be. He fell asleep. We came in here to watch some TV.
What time was that?
We put him to bed at what?
It was about 8.
About 8.
Yeah, I mean,
And then we just came in here. We haven't heard anything since then. I mean, he was supposed to be at one time around like 10 or 11. But I went in there and I gave him his body.
Moments after the officer's arrival, EMTs enter the home to tend to the victim. The officer is stunned by the ferocity of the infant's injuries.
He's got marks all over him and his fingers are like chewed off.
What
I
the
don't know what
fuck?
happened. They said it wasn't like that. Didn't hear him make a sound all night.
He wasn't like that around my finger or nothing when I checked on him and gave him his bottle.
That's some foul shit right there. What do you mean his fingers are like chewed off? That's some foul shit, bro. There's no way in hell you wouldn't know that the kid, you know what happened? The kid was probably crying all night and they just ignored him because they're like, oh, he always fucking cries. To be honest, he's probably been bitten by rats before and they just, you know, they just brushed it off as like an insect bite or something. This is the definition of unfit for parenting, I'll tell you that much.
I've been having plenty of rat problem here, but I've got traps everywhere, I've got bait balls set everywhere. I've tried it the best I can.
If that doesn't happen and him not make a sound all night. Wait.
I can't go with my son.
No, not right now. You can sit down. Can you talk to him? This is mom and dad, get the rest. I can't talk to those people. I'm gonna lose it. Here you go. You should have seen the baby.
You know, it doesn't make sense. That's exactly what the cop said. And he's over here with his little sob story.
If that doesn't happen and him not make a sound all night. Wait.
I can't go with my son.
No, not right now.
He was about to punch him in the fucking face. I could feel the vibes. He's like, no, not right now. I could feel the vibes off of this officer, man. Listen.
You can sit down. Can you talk to him? This is mom and dad, get the rest. I can't talk to those people. I'm gonna lose it. Here you go. You should have seen the baby. It's terrible. They said it didn't make a sound all night.
As more officers approach the scene, they are equally appalled by the disturbing injuries and the terrible conditions of the house the children live in.
You have to understand, for rats to really start eating your child, you have to have at least about 7 rats moving around in the house. I'm not even joking. You have to have the mom, the children, the father, the relatives of the rat family. It's like Remy from Ratatouille in that fucking house right now. There's no way in hell. There's got to be at least 7 of them bitches running around. When nighttime falls, all you hear is, you know how rats make that sound? I can't make it. All you hear is that throughout the house. And you mean to tell me you just left your kid upstairs all night? Fuck that. Nah, bro. I mean, holy shit, that's nasty. And you have to know you have 7+ rats running around the house. You don't think they're gonna want to run off with your child? Like,
The nastier ones I've ever seen.
It's hard to contain the rage. It's hard to contain the rage.
That's not. Oh, that's what I had to walk out. Babies died. Big like situation, but the fact that he was literally alive, if you're telling me he's like a sound,
Yeah.
are you serious?
No way.
In the house, but don't have diapers laying on.
look at that fucking house, bro. Look at the mattress. Like, look, the sheets aren't even on the fucking mattress, yo. Like how that's bed bugs. Look at that. That's bed bugs. You see that stain right there? That is bed bugs. So you got rats and bed bugs. I know what bed bugs look like because I had them bitches before. Shit. Not because of me either. It's because of our nasty ass roommates. Well, it could have been me, but I've never had bed bugs on my own. So I'm assuming it was our nasty ass roommates at the time. But anyways, you got bed bugs. You can't even put the sheet all the way over your bed. Holy shit, how long does that take? One thing my parents taught me, make your fucking bed up when you wake up. You know, I don't know. It just sets the precedent for the rest of the day. That's a W. That's a win. You made your bed up. That's a win. And then you go out and you make some more wins throughout the day. They can't even make their fucking bed up.
The floor. Like, well, I can already tell this from the porch. How
No,
about
bed bugs are the worst thing ever known to man. Oh my God. We had to burn the whole, well, we didn't burn it. We threw away the whole mattress. Me and my ex at the time. That's the worst thing. That's the worst thing to happen to someone. I don't wish bed bugs on anybody except for Stephen Stearns. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit's horrible. When them bitches bite you, it's over with. It's over with. Run hot water over it. That's my advice. Run super hot water over it. It'll feel real good. Other than that, burn everything that's cloth in your house and start fresh. I feel like that's a taboo word. I can't even say bed bugs. I don't want them to summon into my apartment.
it looked like the fingers were chewed? Yeah, they're really like going. Like he was like eating a lot. All of them? He's gonna lose at least a couple, but the whole hand's just chewed up.
Oh my God, bro. You know there's a torture to where they put the rat on your stomach and then they heat the container and then the rat will eat through you. That's the type of barbaric shit they had their kid going through. Had their hands chewed off. Rats are vile, bro. Rats are just fucking. But the fact that they were able to do all that, it's 100% the parents' fault. 1,000%. Like, you never heard of a baby monitor? It's $24 at Target, the cheapest one. There you go. I got you. If you get the red card, you could get it for $18.99. There's no excuse, bro.
Finally receiving treatment in the ambulance, it was time to dig deeper into how such a grotesque attack on the child went unnoticed. The suspects are clearly being less than truthful, and officers must get to the bottom of it. Police isolate the victim's father, David, for questioning.
You just want to take a seat.
Look at this bitch.
Listen. I have no idea what's going on. I just got here, but I want to talk to you. But you're not under arrest or anything. But I'm going to read you your rights before I talk to you, okay?
I was getting all the kids up, ready for school this morning.
Okay.
I went in there like I've been doing.
Bro, you can't. I don't know where his woman is or whatever. I know it might be a bit overwhelming for you, sir, but there's no fucking excuses, man. You got auntie or stepsister or whoever the fuck in here. You ain't got no. Listen, you can't give me a sob story when your background looks like that. Right? You can't be straighten up. Just don't cry. That's how you really feel. You can't give me no crazy sob story when you're sitting on the step and when I look behind you, your surrounding looks like that. The fuck? Come on, bro. This shit, the house hasn't been cleaned in months. That's why rats are in the house. Yeah, you can't give a fucking sob story. I'm sorry. Like, maybe if your house was clean and everything was tidy and there was baby monitors everywhere, maybe I'll listen to your little sniffle story. But your overweight piece of shit ass can't convince me otherwise with this type of a surrounding. Let's continue.
Went in there to get him up, and I see blood everywhere. So I got him up. I was like, okay, where's the blood coming from? I worked for AMR for a while.
Okay.
I was like, where's the blood coming from? You know, so did he have a nosebleed? Did he have an ear bleed? I noticed the amount of blood, and I see
maybe a finger bleed, you fuck face.
fingers. And I see that his fingers look like they've been chewed. All right. And
Okay, what does he sleep in? Like a crib? Or?
he has a bassinet.
A bassinet?
A bassinet that's on the...
Look at the floor, though. Look at the fucking floor. It looks like there's a hole right there. Do you see that? That right there? Look at my cursor. Man, God bless the kids there. Boy, man, I call it RNG. You know? Random generation. And some unlucky people are just born into fucking horrendous parents. I'm lucky my parents did their best. You know, there are some decent people. I can't say the same for everybody. Sometimes you feel like it's happening more often, but I think it's just because we have social media that we get to see everything. So sometimes I be doing this shit and I feel like everybody's a horrible parent, but I feel like it's been the same way. It's just now you're able to see this shit because, you know, what, 40 years ago, police wearing body cam, that shit wasn't happening, right? Like, you know what I mean? So now it just seems like it's everywhere, but that goes to show you how many people are fucked up.
I like stands up, you know, off the floor.
Okay.
And it's in the corner of the room. Never had any issues.
So you think the dog was chewing on his fingers?
No. We have a rat problem here. I've been trying to get rid of them. I've got Terminex here. I've got bait blocks. I've got traps.
Okay.
All set. And it's like...
Okay.
The baby's mother, Angel Shaunabaum, was reported...
Jesus Christ.
It's like...
Okay.
The baby's mother, Angel Shaunabaum...
Why does she look like she kills people? Angel Shaunabaum. Shaunabaum? She'd probably bomb your fucking house. Look at her fucking face.
Was reportedly staying in a nearby mental...
Hold on. Oh, mental health institution? That checks out.
The baby's mother, Angel Shaunabaum, was reportedly staying in a nearby mental health facility and wasn't present during the attack on the infant. David brings the officer to his son's room, where the incident occurred.
You need to get out of it.
You don't want...
Imagine those two having sex. Just to put that out there. Just to put that thought in your mind. Ooh.
Look in there, it's fine.
Imagine Shaunabaum and Mr. Ace Hardware over here. Just going at it. Fuck. That has to be an abomination of some sort. I'm playing. Everybody's beautiful.
Sleep over here. He has a pocket play. Okay.
The blood-soaked bassinet and boppy pillow create a scene like something out of a horror movie. A defenseless infant would not have stood a chance fending for himself against what was likely a multiple rodent.
See, you see what the narrator said by possibly a multiple rodent infestation. There's no way in hell it's one rat running around the fucking house. This is fucking a family of rats. This is Remy and the gang coming through.
The defenseless infant would not have stood a chance fending for himself against what was likely a multiple rodent attack. The officer only has time for a brief look before David becomes overwhelmed.
Okay. It's all right. It's all right. Let's get you some cigarettes.
That's my baby, you know.
I know.
Let's get you some cigarettes. What? You could tell the cop has been affected. The man said, "Let's get you some cigarettes." He don't know what to say. Shit, he need a cigarette at this point.
No. They're gonna help him, okay?
As David paces through the house, the children are becoming restless, realizing something is very wrong. When David is able to take a minute to calm down on the front porch, officers gather near the ambulance to compare notes. Despite the house's condition, the question of how this many rodents were infesting the property and the role the adults played remain to be discovered.
Exactly.
Both hands?
You have to be... No, I promise. I don't want to put nobody's business out there. So, you don't have to say names. But, I've been to some friends' houses. Little motherfucker runs through the living room. Gone. I'm like, oh, my God. Oh, shit. What do they say? Oh, don't worry about it. Don't trip. He's the neighbor. You have to know that you have rats and not give a fuck in order to let your baby be eaten by rats. And let's keep it real. If you're a bachelor and you're living life like Larry and you just don't give a fuck, live with your rats. But it's different when you have a defenseless human being. Like, come on, bro. Like, how stupid can you be? But, you know.
The right hand's the worst. The left one is...
All I'm saying through that entire speech is that they had to have known rats were actively running through the house while sitting down. There's no way in fuck that they thought all the rats were taken care of at the moment. They saw one or two run through the living room is what I'm saying. And they didn't do nothing about it.
For lack of a better term, more superficial. His feet. Nothing really noted on his back. Groin area looks okay, a little bruising in the perineum.
According to the police incident report, the baby had over 50 rat bites all over his body. Despite the terrifying wounds on his left hand, it was his right hand, however, that had the EMTs deeply concerned about the child's well-being. He would need a blood transfusion when he arrived at the hospital, as the wounds were nearly fatal.
We'll get him buckled up before
All right.
any of us get angry enough to take a load to the parents. I'm assuming they're not coming to the hospital.
No. Absolutely not.
All right.
I don't know how you wouldn't hear it.
This has to be excruciating. And if he wasn't screaming, then something else.
Yeah.
While the officer continues to speak with David, the children are growing restless inside as an officer tries to calm them down.
Hey, bud. It's okay.
Here, come over here. They're all girls. Yeah, the little boy. You want to sit down so we can talk to you?
A call from DCS, their person, to see if they're going to want the kids to stay.
Okay.
So we'll wait just a little bit, and then if so, we can talk here in a minute.
Yep, sorry to say, but they're better off in the fucking system with a foster parent that don't give a fuck about them. Because guess what? If they're getting food and they're not getting eaten by rats, they're automatically doing better, which is crazy, you know?
I know you two want to go to school, but we're going to wait until one other person comes, and then maybe we'll get to go to school, okay?
I'm a puppy.
I know, but Bubby is getting the help that he needs.
I'm
Out of this house.
What's up, Ash?
Well, let me show you things. Can you hand by him? I'll give him all this.
Hey, bud. Can I give you a hug? Can I give you a hug?
Get them kids up out of there.
I know.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
You said don't give them to the 600-pound woman. Listen, that's better off. I prefer have scissors put to my neck and get chased around the house and have food to eat and not be attacked by rats. That's the comparison we're drawing right now. They're better off with the 600-pound woman, which is crazy. That's a step up from this. There's no way you could tell me that this is better. This is like at the bottom of the bottom. Your dad doesn't give a fuck about you, basically. And you know, when you're this young, you still love your dad. You don't understand that your dad's a piece of fucking shit. You just think dad is dad. And now I'm getting attacked by rats. Like, you don't understand that he's the reason that life is fucked until you get a little bit older. Which is what sucks, because now they're going to be sad. They're going to, you know, this, that, and the other. They'll figure it out when they get older, though.
Oh.
I'm bed bleeding. I'm bed got bleed all the day.
Yeah.
Baby gone.
You get the hospital, okay?
He comes right back. Yeah, he comes right back. Just that down there. He's brave.
Suddenly, without provocation, one of the children says something alarming.
I saw the mouse go over there.
You did?
Yeah. Not me. I just find it in my room wanted.
Okay.
And bite me.
Yeah.
Mommy.
Yeah.
And I'm just scared.
Yeah.
Baby got the mouse in his bed.
Yeah.
And bite. And bite his feet. Very quick.
Wow, it's crazy how they already understand what's going on. You know, they don't even have a full vocabulary, but they know exactly what's happening. You know, a lot of parents think kids are just some fucking dumbass, just spacey in the room. These motherfuckers know what's happening. You know what I'm saying? She told the little one told the other one. Now they all know that the rat bit the baby, and now they're telling their own stories about how they got bitten by the rat. You see what I'm saying, though? Oh, I just saw a rat run through the room. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. There's no way. I told you there's 7+ rats in that house. There's no way. You know what you can do? Call an exterminator. Oh, you can't afford it? Figure it out, you fucking bitch. You have kids. Get a line of credit or something. I don't know. Like, fucking give the kids to your goddamn somebodies until there's no excuse, bro. There's no excuse. It's really not. You could, like, live in the car with your kids before that. You could literally go and live in the car with your kids. And DCFS, they won't take are they eating? Are they healthy? Nah, you let the kids stay in anyways. You let the kids stay in the house, really? Okay.
And on him, naked out of this house.
Wait, what did she say? Get me out of this house? Hold on.
On him, naked out of this house.
We need to get out of this house. Yeah, listen to the kids, man. They're not lying. They don't know what lying is.
Mommy, when he get out of this house.
Hearing the child's haunting plea to leave is heartbreaking. They clearly recognize the danger they're all in. After a few minutes, the officers take them outside to play, hoping some activity would lighten their moods and ease their stress.
And he has money. What does that say? Ace Construction? So he
clearly recognize the danger they're all in. After a few minutes,
Ace Construction, that's the shirt that fuckface father was wearing. He makes money. So he's clearly just not spending it on them. Come on. He's not broke. Whatever the fuck he's doing, he has a Ace Construction van. I mean, he's making some sort of money. You got me fucked up. I just realized he has the whole van on the lot. That means it's probably been parked there for a couple hours, so that, you know what I'm saying? He gets to move around in the van. Yeah, there's no excuse.
The officers take them outside to play, hoping some activity would lighten their moods and ease their stress.
Want blue? There you go.
What's your favorite thing to draw?
Ooh, that's a triangle.
Yeah, I like it.
You like triangle. What color chalk would you like to use?
I like it.
Can you draw me a flower?
Yeah, I like it.
And you don't get to call depression when you have kids. Fuck your depression. I don't give a fuck. Figure it out. Oh, I was just depressed. Oh, I was just feeling, I just let myself, everything just took over me. No, suck a bag of fucking dicks. What are you talking about? You have kids. Figure it out. Depression? What is that? You know what I'm saying? Be depressed when you're single and you don't have a family. Other than that, figure it the fuck out.
In a minute.
In a minute.
Draw a flower.
I'll make you some more.
Oh, if I can bend down.
Around this time, officers discuss their horrifying observations, planning a way to rescue the remaining children.
I told Dad that we're going to keep all the kids here.
Okay.
In the rat house?
Because they all need to be checked out.
I looked and I asked him if
Well,
anybody had boo-boos. Nobody had boo-boos.
They're all, even the little kids are talking about seeing mice and stuff running around in there.
Officers and DCS guide David back inside to gain a better idea of the recent conditions of the house. In stark contrast to the serenity in the yard, the house is in a state of chaotic disrepair. Used diapers are littered across the floor along with garbage and clutter. The house was...
Look at the month-old Pizza Hut box in the back. And look at the shit in the background right here. Look at the whole, you can't even sit on the porch. You can't do that.
Used diapers are littered.
Look at the Pizza Hut box. 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 There's like 3 of them. Shit, man. You know what they say? Cleanliness is next to godliness or something like that. And I think that's really true. I don't know who the fuck thought of that saying and I was like, yeah, shut the fuck up. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Cleanliness is equal to godliness. That doesn't make any sense. But when you really kind of look, I think it was said by someone who experienced a little bit of life. That's typically how it goes. Because everybody who has zero morals, zero compass of anything, always has a fucked up house. Look at Shonda Van Der Ark. Look at Wade Wilson's cell. Look at the way Daryl Brooks was living when you would watch his live streams. Look at just anybody you want to think about. So it's something about people who are just fucked up in the head. Maybe you can kind of tell if their house is really fucked. Maybe they're a little evil. I don't know. All of these start to look like the same picture to me because they all do the same thing.
Littered across the floor along with garbage and clutter. The house was reportedly smelling foul, and there were a number of
no shit.
Visible rat traps. Despite the disturbing state of the living room and the bloody nightmare in the baby's bassinet, officers still don't know that they've only scratched the surface.
The kitchen is a mess. So I've been remodeling, and I pulled the stove out and everything swept out and trying to get the kitchen worked out. So I will let y'all know there's a mess in there.
In the bedroom, the team of officers photographed the mess, blood stains, and rat tracks, processing the scene and taking pictures of the area for evidence. With DCS and police investigating the bedroom together, an official from the DCS has a moment to share some interesting information.
You guys have pictures?
Look at that bed. I'm waiting for them to say they have bed bugs. Look at that mattress.
All my previous pictures, Alicia, yes.
That's right. The DCS is very familiar with the Schonnebaum family. In fact, there have been 3 ongoing cases and 1 decided case attached to David specifically. Beginning in December of 2022, there was 1 claim of neglect and 1 claim of lack of supervision. Finally, in January of 2018, David was charged with neglect of a dependent with endangerment, a level 6 felony, but the court withheld judgment, sentencing him to suspended probation, providing very little recourse for his actions. In February 2021, David was charged with possession of substance, for which he received 1 year of a suspended probation sentence. While a case manager visited the home once a week, it was clearly not enough to prevent the unspeakable attack on the baby, nor did it prevent the other 4 children from potentially being exposed to serious diseases due to the animal feces and rodents. In the kitchen, the mess goes from bad to nauseating.
Holy. Okay, yeah, I was thinking maybe he was in over his head. No, he just doesn't give a fuck. You know, at the back of my mind, I was like, maybe I'm being a little too harsh. Maybe the other kids are good. Maybe the rest, no, he just doesn't give a... No, there's no way that your kids' fingers get bitten down to the bones without you not... Like, there's... Okay, you can't handle them. Get an exterminator. There had to be like 7+ rats in there. Look, but hear me out. Hear me out. I don't think it's so much a rat problem than it is a human fucking problem. Look at the floor. It looks like the trash heap at the back of my childhood home that we had before we set it on fire. That looks just like the trash heap right before we poured the gasoline on it. Hold on. We didn't have trash services for like 14 years of my life. So that's what we did. We used to burn it and we used to bury it. Kind of like our own dump system. But anyways, look at this.
And rodents. In the kitchen, the mess goes from bad to nauseating.
That is a pile before it got burned. Hold on.
Rodents. In the kitchen, the mess...
Look at that.
...goes from bad...
Look at that. Look at my cursor. That's a pile that hasn't gotten burned yet. What the fuck is going on? That's in your kitchen floor. Guess what's by the trash pile typically? Rats. What the fuck is going on?
Bad to nauseating. In the police report, David stated he believed there was a dead rat behind the stove and decided to replace the appliance. Delana adds that this renovation caused garbage to pile up in the kitchen, making the trash situation far worse. Rats scampered away when they opened the door to the kitchen, forcing David and Delana to lock the door to prevent the children from going inside.
Is this a closet over here?
Where? I'm sorry.
The door that's next to the back door?
Oh, no, that goes to the basement.
Poor dog. Just release the dog. Let him be a stray. Let him go. Release the dog. Let him run into the sunset. Release it. I don't even care. Just let him go. That's all you need to do.
I'm gonna go down there first and we'll see. Guess I should. If I can even open
The
it.
dog is getting eaten by rats. The kids are getting eaten by rats. Everybody, listen, we all chilling with the rats. Get ready for them. Where the rats at?
Yeah,
it's very rarely open.
Yeah, there's tons of rat down here.
There's blood in the kitchen in there too. You working in there? Or?
No.
Old blood?
I don't know. I know Bruno's been in there.
As investigators move through the house, they notice one of the family dogs has a scratch on his nose. Officers photograph the dog and begin confronting David further about his use of rat traps.
Dog got a scratch on his nose too. Yeah, I don't know what from unless I found that rat or something.
I put dog food on usually, and
if you ever come to somebody's house and their dog starts hollering and crying toward you, best believe that dog gets beat the fuck up. That dog doesn't eat food. And in this case, that dog's been getting eaten by some rats. If you go to somebody's house, say the dog is chained up because, oh, he bites or something. If that dog starts screaming, crying at you, when they go take a piss, just loose the dog and say you didn't know what happened. Take him off the leash, open the door.
I see that? It's okay.
but
How many of those you got around?
There's one there. There's one behind the couch. I have one in the bathroom.
But they're all gone now, right?
Yeah, that's the thing.
What if, with his Ace shirt, I'm sure he's proud of his job too. He's got the Ace van, the Ace shirt, the hat. You walk outside, you look like an upstanding citizen. You come home, you're in a fucking rat den. Imagine that.
I lived here for 4 years, and I didn't have a rat issue till last year.
Your sister said your dog got one last time?
He had one.
A rat?
And little dog likes to get rats. But
that explains scratch.
He had one, and
why not get a cat?
So
just fighting it.
Yeah, little dog hates rats. This is a good thing.
According to the police report in a follow-up interview at the station, Delana additionally states that there has never been a rat in the children's room. However, in the weeks prior to the attack on the baby, 2 of the children told a school teacher they'd been bitten by mice on their toes. Delana suggested these marks were made by the children's bed frames. Unfortunately,
Told you. Everybody's getting eaten by rats. I'm surprised Pops hasn't getting eaten by a rat yet. I'm sure everybody has rat bites in this house. Everybody's sharing rat DNA. The rats have human DNA and the people have rat DNA. They're just all intermingling in this house. But he don't give a fuck. As long as he gets to throw on that Ace Hardware shirt and drive that Ace van, he's good.
the school nurse could not conclusively confirm the source of the marks. As the inspection comes to a close, David tries to justify his actions once again, but the officers aren't willing to allow him any more chances.
Yeah, they should punch him. They should honestly punch him in the face, but they'll probably get fired for that. But you know,
never guessed this issue. I mean, mice eat cheese and that's my side.
No,
I don't know anything about them.
No, I don't either. I'm not saying I wouldn't have guessed. Like I said,
I've never.
I mean, if I've seen one, if I saw one, I'm just saying, everyone's got their own. Obviously, you can't just up and move or whatever. So I mean, if you see a rat, you might not think it might happen, but I'm just saying. I mean, rats are rats. So
David was in fact able to secure housing that same day for his family, but it was too late. DCS removed all 5 children from their parents' care soon after. Delana Thurman was charged with 2 counts of neglect on a dependent, which places the dependent in a situation that endangers them. On January 17, 2024, Delana accepted a plea agreement for both counts of her indictment and received a 2-year suspended sentence on probation. David Schonnebaum was charged with one.
Oh, David Schonnebaum. What a fucking pussy. Look at his face. Why do we have people like this, bruh? Like, what? Oh, my God. What a fucking waste of fucking space. Look at his neck hairs and shit. Just an overall disgusting fucking person. Just overall nasty. Like, you ever see those kids when you're in primary school and it's like, ew, nasty. You know, you always had that one kid that's like, what the fuck? That's what that kid grew up to be. David Schonnebaum. Cross-eyed looking ass. Anyways.
Received a 2-year suspended sentence on probation. David Schonnebaum was
Look at this pussy ass. I'm done. I just want you guys to live with that face a little bit longer. Cross-eyed looking ass weirdo. What are you doing busting nuts inside of girls when you look like this? Like, what are you doing making... Like, you had the first one. Oh, shit. Okay, my bad. Let's tighten up. You had like 3 or 4 of them. That's how you know this guy's a fucking idiot. Oh, my God. Well, I guess the stupider they are, the easier it is to make a baby, it seems like.
Charged with 1 count of neglect on a dependent for each of the children who had not been attacked, and 1 count of neglect on a dependent resulting in serious injury, all of which were felonies. He was on probation at the time the crimes were committed. On October 2, 2024, David was found guilty on all charges and was sentenced to 16 years in Indiana's Department of...
Oh, fuck. I didn't think he was going to get that much. Holy shit. Let's say he's like, what is he, like 32? Fuck. They shitted on him. So if he's like 32 and we give him 16 years, he would be like 48. If he was like 35, they gave him 16 years, he would be 51. Shit. Damn. I did not expect that. Fuck.
Of Corrections. While Angel Schonnebaum, the child's mother, was not present at home at the time, she had been present during previous interventions and visits from the DCS. Having taken no action to improve the living conditions at home, Angel was charged
5.
with 2 level 6 felony counts of neglect on a dependent for each of the children who had not been attacked, and 1 level 3 felony count of neglect on a dependent resulting in serious injury.
Give her 5.
However, in September 2024, Angel Schonnebaum took a plea deal and pleaded guilty to a level 5 felony neglect charge, which is lesser than the original level 3 charge. She also pleaded guilty as charged to 2 level 6 felony neglect charges. On October 24, 2024, Angel was sentenced to 9 years in prison for the charges and is currently...
Yeah, damn, they got hit with the book. I'm talking smacked around. Imagine being in jail in a psychiatric ward and you come out and they give you 9 more. Oh, they shitted on this couple. Holy man, listen, I was not expecting that either. I thought it was going to be like 5 or something. They gave her 9. Just call it a decade. Fuck it, just call it a decade. Round it up, you know, might as well.
Currently serving the sentence at the Indiana Department of Corrections. As of the time this video was produced, there's been no update on the health status of the injured child or the other 4 children.
Yo, that's crazy. Damn, they got smacked around. That's that legal system actually showing, that's justice right there. I thought they were going to give him 3 years of probation or something. I was just about to pause the video and say like, yeah, he's going to get like 3 years of probation. They don't give a fuck about the kids. Nope. 1 in front of a 6. 16 goddamn years. Crazy. 9 years for the mom who wasn't even there at the time. That's what the fuck they deserve, man. From the time you have rats running free, eating your children, I think that's a valid sentence. That's definitely a valid sentence. I didn't expect it, but that's valid as fuck. That's valid. Anyway. Shit, I was not expecting that. That was a crazy story, bro.